Hey guys, so today's video is about Jaclyn Hill and her new brand Koze. Yeah, let's just talk about all of that because it's giving me old Jaclyn Hill vibes and I'm not liking it. So before we do that, my social media will be in the description, mainly my TikTok where I post bite-sized commentary and drama content if you want any of that. And then I also have a book/Nintendo channel, a podcast and a beauty deep dive channel. So if you want to subscribe to any of that, or here, if you want to subscribe here, like this video, comment for engagement, all that good stuff, please go ahead and let's just get into the video. So Jaclyn Hill announced Koze, her new sleepwear, loungewear, home cozy brand in a YouTube video about 2 weeks ago. And initially people criticized the prices for kind of what you get and comparing it to brands like Target and Walmart, where you can get a similar looking thing, but for way, way cheaper. She claims this is like a luxury product, but we'll see when the products arrive and people start reviewing it. In the video, she mentioned that it was so difficult to find a name because everything was trademarked and even made up new words which were also taken, and that she didn't just want to use her own name again, she wanted to use something that wasn't related to her to prove that she can be successful without using her name. Comments are now mentioning stealing from a smaller creator and how she could have picked any other name than Koze, and I was so confused when I saw that. I was like, what are we stealing, you know? And then something else popped up in my recommended which just explained this whole thing, so I'll just get into all of that. The products that she released were PJs in kind of a short form, which was $75. Hell will freeze, sorry, I've got a hair on my eye. Hell will freeze over before I spend that much on PJs. And then PJs with long sleeve, not long sleeve, long bottoms, $85, a robe for $126, throw, which is like a small blanket, for $140, socks for $24, slippers $30, and free US shipping is only above $99. Anyway, she's not trying to create a cash grab and wants to release good quality product. There is like no link in description to buy Koze, but there's info on all the products, like the sizing and stuff like that. But there is no link to Koze, at least there wasn't when I clicked on the video. And there was only links to her other makeup stores. Now when I typed in Koze into the browser, All Things Koze popped up, which wasn't Jaclyn Hill's brand, and I was so confused. And then like it took me ages to try and find Jaclyn Hill's brand because it was like linked under something, and it's through a brand called Imminent. So it's not like a direct to like Jaclyn Hill's Koze, it's like done through like a different provider. Like I said, the first website that pops up when you type in Koze is All Things Koze, which is another YouTuber's brand, and her channel's called All Things Koze. So Jaclyn, which is her real name, posted a video saying goodbye to Koze, which popped up on my recommended and explained everything that I needed to know about this. She started All Things Koze in 2017, and it was a shop for hoodies, mugs, all things cozy. And it started kind of as a shop and a publishing house for her books. So she was basically an independent author, but publishing through her own house, essentially, like a publishing house, not like a house. She then grew it into a blog and a YouTube channel. Now she wanted more things for Koze, like she wanted like planners and other products, and she wanted to start self-manufacturing instead of having to order through a different manufacturer, but that's all very expensive. Now, one thing she does kind of blame on herself is that she never trademarked. She only incorporated in Canada, which gave her some protections, but not all protections, obviously. But she just didn't expect, because she was an influencer, she didn't expect another person in the influencing realm to see that and steal it from her, because she's like, well, obviously no one would do that to me if we're in the same industry. Like, she knows that there are restaurants called Koze and there are like different brands called Koze, but they're not related to influencing or cozy things. So she was like, obviously someone who is a YouTuber wouldn't look at my brand and be like, I'll take that, you know? She also started a subscription service for yoga under Koze and a podcast that she has. Now she's on maternity leave now, so she's doing less of like new content, but all the content still exists under Koze and all the products. About the second week of October, she got tagged on an IG account called Koze, which only had one post from July and 300 followers. So it was right as like Jaclyn Hill was starting this brand. She ended up getting like DMs saying that apparently it's supposed to be like a big influencer launching this brand. So she left a comment on the account to make herself known and ask if the name could be changed if it is cozy stuff. She was like, if it's anything else, I don't care, but if it's like cozy related stuff, could the name be changed maybe? She says that it would take away from her searches, for example, for her website and her YouTube channel, take away from brand association, and also the fact that drama videos would come up instead of, and it's ironic, I'm doing a drama video on it, but she did say that all the drama videos are being very nice to her, but that's not what she's about. Like, she doesn't want her brand to be associated with drama. She wants it to be associated with cozy stuff. So she was like, tea videos would come up, but not my brand, right? And she's like, you know, I'm not associated with drama, but like, we all know that Jaclyn Hill's brands are always associated with drama, so that's what she loves, but Jaclyn just didn't really want that. Now, she didn't get a response, and then a week or so later, the brand was announced. Now, she knows that Jaclyn Hill would have looked up if something like this exists on social media. Like she would have done market research, right? Who starts a brand and then just doesn't like research into the brand? I don't know. Now, they didn't respond to her comment. They just posted a reel with Koze with a trademark, like, you know, the little TM next to it. So she was like, oh, so they've trademarked it now. Great. Now she looked up and she hadn't filed anything. They just pretended that it was trademarked, but like they hadn't actually trademarked, which made that reel look really petty. Like they were trying to like scare Jaclyn away from saying anything. They were like, look, we're trademarked, hoping that maybe she wouldn't look it up. But like, unlike Jaclyn Hill, Jaclyn is doing her research, you know? So she looked it up, they hadn't filed anything, and she's assuming that they were going to file the moment they were going to sell their first product, which makes it easier and speeds up the process for them. There were a lot of mean comments towards all things Koze, and she responded to the hate under Jaclyn Hill's post, and then her lawyer told her to basically not speak out anymore, like unless it was like an approved statement, which I'm assuming this video was an approved statement. And she does regret kind of feeding into the drama. She was like, I was just really upset, but I do regret feeding into it under Jaclyn Hill's post because that's just not what she's about. She likes cozy things and not drama. Because the trademark hadn't been filed by Jaclyn Hill, and she had been in the business for longer selling actual products, she could have actually trademarked Koze very quickly and then sent Jaclyn Hill a cease and desist to stop using the name because it would have been trademarked by then. But that would lead to a legal battle, right? And even if Jaclyn had trademarked it first, because Jaclyn had been in business for longer, she would maybe have a case. But her lawyer estimated there would be $95,000 US, and because she's from Canada, it would actually end up being over 100 grand to try and pursue this against Jaclyn Hill. And this small business just doesn't have the money to do that, but Jaclyn Hill obviously does. So Jaclyn Hill would be able to fight this battle for way longer than Jaclyn would. So her other option is to just change branding, which is what she decided to do. She didn't file a trademark or a lawsuit and is completely rebranding, which is such a shame. You know, there's so much under this umbrella. She's selling products, she's got her podcast, she's got her channel, she's got even a neon sign on the wall that says all things Koze. She's gonna have to change. It's a shame. She says she's really excited about her new product. She did post an Instagram post as well about how things are changing and she's losing the Koze kind of trademark that she didn't own, but like the potential trademark. She says she's really excited about the rebrand, and she says maybe it's like a push in the right direction. She's trying to make the best of a really crappy situation, and I just feel so bad for her. First of all, Jaclyn Hill's products are so overpriced as is, and her business past isn't the most impressive. Like Jaclyn Hill's always been someone who messed up a lot, and this is just another one of those. And I'm like, oh, so another brand is tarnished? Like, it just kind of sucks, right? Like, with her cosmetics brand, it was Lipstick Gate. With her jewelry brand, it was her lying allegedly about the metals that were in the jewelry because it's making people's necks go green. And then with the Koze brand, it's her stealing from a small influencer. Like, is Jaclyn Hill going to make any brand that is not drama? Ever? Like, is Jaclyn Hill ever just going to have a successful, peaceful brand? Because I don't think she's capable of doing that, and it's going to get really tiring. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Subscribe with the bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.